Alright, we are cooking, ladies and gentlemen. We are on for a little stream. It's been some time. It has been some time indeed. Apologies for being MIA. I've been working. And that has been keeping me very busy. Not enough hobby time, unfortunately. But now I have some, thankfully. I think we're all set up, ready to go. So what I've been working on whilst I've been MIA, I have been doing some hobbying time, but just not enough to jump on stream and share with you guys, unfortunately. I know, sorry, my bad. So I'm gonna make sure that this is all working nice and good. Yeah, we've been working on Master Lazarus a little bit offline. I did finish off this guy as well. I don't know what his name is, just some captain dude as well, so he's pretty much done. Sean, hey mate, how are ya? I know it has been a little while, apologies. I'm just doing a bit of a recap on what I've been up to, because I haven't been streaming, but we've finished a few things with the camera turned off. I've just been traveling a lot, so it's making it hard to stream and whatnot, so I'd rather just paint and pump things out while I can. So this commission is pretty much done now. Like, I've done all the things here and there for most of the Dark Angels guys. I think I've got 2 left. So the 2 that I have yet to finish, this dude here, just some captain, I think, and yeah, Master Lazarus, which we're kind of working on at the moment. So a little bit to get through, but we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and that is what we're going to try and get a lot closer to finishing today. So earlier this morning I was painting the cloaks, did most of the gold last night, and this is obviously first coats, so still some more work to do. So let's get straight into it, shall we, without too much more yapping. What I was going to do now is probably base coat the white bits as well, because they're just like the eagle Dark Angel symbols. And for that, we're going to use reddish grey from AK. Okay. Get used to filming again, hey? Making sure I'm not going out of focus so you can see what I'm doing. How good is a long weekend, but more hobbying time, gaming time. I said this last time I was on stream, I can't wait for Battlefield 6. Once that comes out, well, you best believe I'll be playing that. I don't know about you, Sean, but it's starting to cook here. Things are heating up. It's like almost 30 degrees today here in Sydney. I know it feels like it. It's not great for your wet palette. It starts drying very quickly. Chris, how are you, mate? Good to see ya. Okay, that's good. What we can move on to now is, I might even start layering up the tilt plate. I want to do like this, the checkered pattern, like on the box art. So let's try and do that. Shouldn't be too hard. Ah, that's good to hear, Chris. Good on you, mate. So we need to be a little bit careful here. It doesn't help that I just went to the gym, so I'm a bit shaky, and I'm also drinking a coffee. But roughly straight enough, I think. Let me just check the image. Yeah, so left, top left is cream, bottom right is cream. So we can do that. So it's really just the top right corner that we need to leave in the green. Danny, where do you get your paintbrushes from? I buy them from my friendly local gaming store. For me, that's called the Combat Company in Sydney. They're a good little shop there. Like a warehouse full of hobby supplies, Warhammer stuff. It's great. And they are Raphael Kalinsky sable brushes that I'm using. Senku, hello my friend, how are you? Mlam, hello, hello. And Megatron Prime, how are you, mate? Okay, let that dry for a minute, and then we can kind of make it a bit more cream colored. And for that I'm using 2 thin coats Vampire Fang is the color. Going to work fairly thin. I'm going to mix it in with the sort of browny color that we used before. What did we use? Grey brown, I think it was called, from AK. Because it'll be too much of a jump if we go straight into the pure Vampire Fang. We might need to do a couple of layers with this one. Then we can sketch out the bottom left-hand corner, which I think is black, once we get happy with what we want. I'll get that on my palette ready to go. Alright, we are good. Let that dry for a second. Okay, let's go in with this second coat. Better coverage. Cool. It's kind of what we want. Kind of went a bit sloppy there. Probably tidy that up. Kind of went over on the side of the tilt shield. So we'll just touch that up with a bit of green. Like so. Done. Good as new. Alright, I think I might do one more coat of that sort of creamy color, just to make sure we are happy with the coverage, because I can still see some parts that haven't covered as well as I would like. This should top it off. There we go. Probably went a little bit short with the tilt shield. It's probably going to be like this green probably could have come down a bit lower, but yeah, who cares? It's fine. Bogan Gaming Mate, how are ya? Is this Captain Bogan? It is Captain Bogan in the Discord. Congratulations, mate. Taking out gold at your painting competition. Fantastic work, mate. Liam, how are you, mate? Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a little while. Apologies. Man's got to work. What I might do is actually I might be able to salvage that tilt plate by bringing down the green a bit lower. See if we can do that. Kainu, are we painting cheeky bit of old Lazarus, are we? We sure are, my friend. What more would you want to be doing on a public holiday? Ooh, my hands are shaky. We sketch it in. We can come back for a couple more coats in just a sec. Chris, Sunday night for you. Yeah, it's holidays, public holiday here in Sydney, or New South Wales at least. So good. Kainu, yours just sat behind you, wrapped up. Have yet to get around to him. Oh, you got to crack him open. Give him some paint. Give him some lovin'. Prometheus, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Bogan Gaming show day. What do you mean show day? What is a show day? Thanks, mate. Thanks, Gonu. Make sure to give him a nice job around the rim. Always got to give a good rim, mate. That's the most important step. Is that the name of the holiday or just a civic holiday? It's called Labor Day. It's Labor Day here in New South Wales. It's the name of the holiday. Lots of DACA and paint. Love it, boys. Thank you, truly, Ether. Thank you. Okay, we might touch up the cream bits a bit more, brighten them up slightly, kind of going more towards pure Vampire Fang. Let's brighten that up like that. Cool. Kind of happy with that. And I might slightly do like a blend from black to a kind of a very dark grey into the bottom of this tilt shield here. This adds a little bit of volume. Probably can't even see it much on the camera, but I think it will make it look nice. And you can probably edge highlight this now, like it's, I don't want to go crazy with it. I think that's good enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some Wraithbone. Just for those edges. Ah, show day in Tassie. There you go. Very nice. I'll take any public holiday. Anyone I can get my hands on. That's pretty good. Happy with that. Just kind of making it pop that little bit more. And we'll do kind of grey on the black side of the tilt shield. Like that. Kind of looks alright. And then we'll highlight the green. Haven't done the rest of the armor yet, but we'll get there. I'm just kind of working little pieces at the moment. Little sections rather. So there we go. That's kind of what we want for that tilt shield. Pretty happy with that result. It didn't take us too long. Might just tidy up this edge highlight, got a bit chunky there. There we go. And like, yeah, minimal effort, I think that's pretty good. Nice, all right. Shot of poison, get that boy on the field of battle. Oh mate, don't you worry, he will be getting there. He will be getting there. Chris, Labor Day is the first weekend of September here in Canada. Hello from the Great White North. Didn't know that about Australia. I learned something today. Me too. I didn't know that about Canada. Yeah, we're a bit different. Like here in Australia, with all our states and stuff are all different. Like WA, I'm pretty sure has the least amount of public holidays out of everyone. Sucks to be them. Okay. Just thinking. Probably start doing the feathers on the helm. Let's start doing that. Leviathan, 808. Hello, my friend. And Liam, do I prefer painting helmets or skin? I actually quite like painting skin, to be honest. It's a bit fun. I find it a little bit more interesting. That being said, if I'm doing battle damage, I do like putting battle damage on a helmet. I think it looks sick. Just gonna fix this camera up a little bit. Alright, so let's paint some of these feathers here. I'm just using off-white, straight over the grey. I'm not going to dry brush it in, I'm actually going to try and pick them out one by one. So fine, if I try and dry brush, sometimes I lose some of the clarity because I accidentally get into some of the recesses where I don't want the white. So I prefer to just manually paint them in. It's a little bit more tedious, but it works for me. Make sure, yeah, you guys can see that. Good. There you go. And then when you put it away, like from a distance, I think that looks totally fine. Like you could literally just stop there and just have that as your feathers done. We might go back in a little bit because I think, looking at the box art, because they've been requested to kind of do it like the box art. Obviously not to the same standard, but similar paint scheme. They've got black tips on them, so we'll have to put those in too. Okay, so it's one side. Let's try and get here sneakily on the inside. It's getting a bit tight in here. Oh, that's good enough. No one's going to be looking right in that crevice, I hope not. So we'll just leave it as is. Chris, here's spring for you guys. Could be wrong. It is. We are in the month of spring, coming up to my birthday. I'm a spring baby. Rezi, how are you able to record and still see the tiny details without blocking it? I.e., what camera stand are you using? I'm just using, it's like a little G-clamp thing that you clip onto the desk, and it's just like a free-form camera. Like, if I go like this, you can sort of see it. That's what my camera's sitting on. It's a little phone. Yeah, it's Takes a bit of practice. That's why I don't paint as much on stream, because if I'm trying to do proper detailed work, it's a bit hard because I can't put it close to my face. So my skills deteriorate a bit when you're painting on stream. But it's alright. Get to just hang out, chat shit, you know? It's a trade-off. Is it Thin? Thin Gamma Jig. Can't wait for your birthday, bro. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Nobody's. What's your favorite Legion as far as the books go, not the game? Well, I don't play the game, and I just listen to lore channels. I'd probably have to say, I like the Blood Angels. I think they're sick. And just like the Red Thirst and the Black Rage. I think just that dynamic is really cool. Now this side of the helmet is so much harder to paint because I'm right-handed, and it's not making things easy to try and contort my hand around and still keep it in frame. This is what makes it hard. Back to your question, Rezi, about filming. Trying to keep it in frame and trying to paint like this is actually quite hard. Other side was no problem. This side, yikes. I feel that's why I can't record myself. yeah. Look, it doesn't even have to be perfect as well. Like, honestly, this setup didn't cost that much. Like, it's just my normal phone that I use for everything else. The clamp's probably like $30. And I just got a little webcam up there that I use for work as well. So lunchbox, thank you, appreciate it. Deadman, hello. What got you into painting the models if you don't play the game and haven't read the books? I started painting and got into Warhammer when I was a kid, because my cousin introduced me to it and it looked cool, and I've just always liked painting them ever since. I just find a lot of enjoyment out of it. Like, I love the lore, I'm just too lazy to read, so that's why I just put on the audio books, or well, not audio books, but like listen to lore channels, because they can just tell me about the lore and I don't have to read. Yeah, I just think that's how I got into it. I did stop for ages. Like, through high school, I didn't do really any Warhammer, and into my early 20s as well. But over COVID, it's kind of when I got back into it, because my girlfriend pushed me into it, actually, because I was bored, and she said, why don't you do what you used to do? You liked it, so that's what I did. Picked it up, and that's been, what, 3 years ago now? Since when I sort of got back into it properly. There we go. I think that's decent enough. Fairly happy with that. Looks quite striking. It's literally two colors. It's a kind of warm grey and white, off-white, actually, not pure white. I wouldn't go pure white. And then we can just come in with the black and do those tips of the wings. Resi subscribed off to bed. Thank you for helping me stop doom scrolling. You're welcome, mate. See you later. Thanks for sticking around. Nomadic, you listen to the book's audio while working. Yeah, it's so fun. That's why I enjoy it. Like, I paint and then I can listen to the lore as well. Kind of just gets you in the mood for it. Dead Man started at the end of your 20s. Hey mate, never too late to start. Nexus, thank you. And Bogan just got back into it this year after not playing since the early 2000s. Back to work. Have a good one. Thanks, dude. Well, back into it. You've got gold already under your belt. How good. Well done, mate. See ya. And Huang, thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's try to finish off these little feather details. So I'm just going to look at the reference image for a second. So it looks like it's just the tips of the feathers that are black. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, I'm just getting the black ready on my wet palette. Let's get into it. They're almost like little triangles too. If I don't get them perfect, I'm not going to fuss over them. It's honestly such a fine detail. But I think the fact if you just give it a little bit of attention, it should be alright. I kind of want to do this in one go. I don't want to have to come back and do a second coat of the black, so kind of make it a bit thicker just so it's opaque enough. Something like that. Look, that looks alright. I'll take that. Dud, have you ever painted 1,000 Suns? If so, any tips? I actually haven't painted 1,000 Suns, dude, but I think, I mean, ultramarines are very similar. So this is an ultramarine. Let me just get rid of some of the dust on him. Blue and gold, pretty similar to 1,000 Suns, I suppose. I would probably, if I were to tackle them, start with the blue. I would definitely go blue and then pick out the trim. I know people don't like doing that, but I think the actual colored bit of them is like one of the most prominent things. And the gold can be done in just like 2 coats, really, like a gold, a wash, and then a highlight. Whereas you can be a bit more nuanced with the armor. So yeah, if you like this one, I do have a tutorial that I've made on YouTube if you wanted to watch that and do something similar for your 1,000 Suns. By all means, go right ahead. Nathaniel, Dark Angels are your favorite? Hell yeah, dude. How good. Dead Man can't get into some of the Imperium chapters. You dig in the gore. Too much distracting headpieces. We've got a heretic in our midst. It's alright, I sometimes succumb to the dark gods. I do like myself some world eaters, Emperor's Children, that's for sure. About to get your hands on some models to build a Raptors army. Ooh, nice. I've painted a few Raptors because I thought the chapter looked really cool. They were kind of when I started to get back into Warhammer. I did a little bit of Black Templars and then Raptors because I liked the green sort of color scheme, like the military green. I'll show you one of the Raptors that I've painted in a second. So, if we're talking Raptors, here's one of the Raptors that I painted. It's kind of like that different green, more of an olive drab green. And I like the contrast with the blue. I think you can do really cool stuff with them. And here's another one that I painted up as well, kind of in the same squad. Yep. Good fun. These were sort of the first guys when I bought my airbrush, and that was the result. After a lot of practice on test models, these were the first guys that I kind of did and got a result with the airbrush. But Nexus, thank you, thank you. Right, we're nearly done with the helmet. Get these little tips done on the feathers, then we can move on to something else. There we go. Pretty happy with that. Deadman just got done kit bashing Worldies Night Lorders in the Discord fiend. Oh hell yeah, dude. Hang on. Love it. That's reminded me as well. If anyone is there and keen, that's the Discord link. Come in, say hello, drop your images, works in progress, finished models, all the good jazz, if you are interested. Brandon, wait, people will watch me paint my minis. Look, some people like watching paint dry. You know, it's good fun. Dark Angels, let's go. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, what are we doing next? We are going to... I think maybe we can pick out the purity seals. Yep, let's do some of that. And I've got the grey-brown on my palette, so I may as well use some of that leftover stuff. Just went over to get more paint. That's the base coat for that. Nice highlights, thank you, appreciate it. Don't know your name, but user, thank you. Wyatt, what's your next mini? The next one will be the final one for this commission piece. And it's this dude sitting here. Dark Angel's another captain. So we've finished off a fair few. I've got half of them put away, so I can't really show you. But this is another one that we painted up a little earlier. Same commission piece. This one too was also part of the commission. So the bases are not being done because the client wants to do them himself, but this is sort of the result of where we've gotten to with our commission paint jobs. Some inner circle companions as well. And this was the one I finished off the other night too. So that one I had a bit of fun painting the face. Probably do something similar for Lazarus. That's the result. So hopefully he's happy with them. Nicola, enjoy your eyesight until you hit 30. Oh no, that's next year. What are you saying? I'm going to be out of needing glasses next year, eh? Is that Captain Lazarus? It is, Frank. He is Master Lazarus himself. Thank you guys, appreciate the kind comments. Thanks, Frank. Alright, that's good there. I'm probably going to paint this silver. While I'm looking at it now, let's do that. And there's a few other bits we can paint silver too. So I'm just using this natural steel from Vallejo Model Color to get the silver parts done. That's the modern DA color scheme, right? I think so. It's the only one I've ever known. Like pre-heresy, they were like more black, weren't they? I think that's what you're asking. Okay, let's get this a little bit done and dusted. Josiah, what brushes and brush soap do you use to keep them fine and sharp? Very good question. So we are using a Raphael Kolinsky Sable as the brush. It's a size 0. And it's a fantastic brush. Has a nice tip and lasts me a while. I did buy a new one. This is a fairly new one because the other one I'd used for a few years and it's kind of deteriorated over time. The brush soap that I use is this one here. Master, the Master's Brush Cleaner and Preserver. Pretty good. Yep, that's all we do. And obviously lick your brushes. You paint heresy, Frank, you got no idea. You're forgiven, no worries, mate. Nicola, I was thinking of getting into painting figurines, but I'm too impatient. Any advice? Start small. If you're impatient, you just need to do something that won't take up too much time so you don't lose interest. And I think maybe trying a method that's quick maybe look into sort of speed painting first. So you could do the slap chop method just to get paint on models and get a finished one fairly quick. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. It's called slap chop painting. I mean, it's good for beginners just to sort of get used to putting paint on a model and get a final result. But if you want to get better and improve, you'll eventually go away from slap chop method, because then you can't put in your own highlights and stuff like that if you just rely on that. But it's a good starting point if you've never done it and you don't know if you'll like painting miniatures. And if you're after easy to paint miniatures, Necrons, I don't think you can get any easier than Necrons. And you can just literally, you don't even have to really slap chop that. You can just dry brush them, metal over black, pick out a few details in like a green glowy color and call it a day. They were my first army when I started, so it could be a good option for you. Okay. Let's get the purity seal. Wax seals base coated too. Bit of red. I'm using corn red for this. Dead man. Impatient as well. Super shaky hands. It takes longer. Yeah. Shaky hands are not fun. I was just saying earlier, came back from the gym, so my hands are a bit shaky. And I'm also drinking a coffee, which doesn't help. But it tastes amazing, so why wouldn't I? And if you can guess what type of coffee drinker I am, you get 10 points. What type of coffee is my go-to? That is the question. Monkey hairs, what do you use to shade the cloth? That was just built up paint. I didn't use any shades, I just used darker iterations of the maroon color. So started off light and added in cream colors to build up the highlight there. And same on the inside as well, so the white was like a warm grey, mid-tone grey, light grey. It's actually no white on that at all. Nexus ADHD allows me to hyper-focus on it and I wind up spending hours building and painting. Oh, dude. I feel ya. It's like a superpower, I reckon. Well, sounds like it. I mean, I don't have it, but I know people that do. Some of my good friends do. Spartan dude, do you have any Carcharodon Space Marines painted or any other chapters? I've got plenty of other chapters. I don't have Carcharodons, unfortunately. I'll quickly show you while we're waiting for a few elements to dry. So I showed Raptors earlier. So here is I always show this one. It's a white black Templar that I painted. It is not a white Templar, it is a white black Templar. Okay. I got an Imperial Fist. Sorry, my guys are very dusty, so I have to blow them off. Pause. I need to dust them. So they're not as dusty when I'm showing you. Oh, coffee. Alright, we've got Dakoza reckons I got a caramel flat white. Ooh, sounds good, but no. Deadman reckons black, and Liam reckons flat white. You're all wrong, I'm sorry. I am a mocha man. Mocha is my choice of coffee. And you might not say it's coffee. You might say it's just a hot chocolate wrapped in coffee. And you would be wrong. It is the best drink in existence. What else have I got here? Oh yeah, good old Black Templar. Over here. So yeah, I've painted up quite a few, and there's more that I have yet to show. they're put away somewhere. Ultramarine, this one. He fell off his base, but this was, what's his name? From Secret Level. Blade Guard Veteran Matoris. With a power sword instead of a battle axe. And then a good old stinky boy here. Yeah. So I do like to paint. Riley. Salamanders are my favorite. You, my friend, are not alone. There are so many people that jump into my streams and follow me that love salamanders. So I feel like I need to paint one up just for you guys. At some point. Necrons are cool. Also think they have birthright to rule the galaxy. Nicola, I agree. Necrons are sick. They're the ones that are going to win the all-out war for the galaxy, I reckon. They are the ones. If you're a betting person, I'd put my money on them. Liam with almond milk. Nah, mate. Full cream all the way. Full cream milk. The Wombat Boy, what's your favorite mini you've ever painted? I've got that question before, and I never know how to answer that one. I painted a few, and a lot of them have been commission painting, so I don't actually have the models to show you. But if you're wanting to see them, I've painted and put photos on my Instagram and also on my website. But I'd probably say Commander Dante and the Sanguinor were some good paint jobs. I was proud of those ones. They ended up being quite good. And I painted a Chaos Knight one time, and that took ages, but I was very happy with the result. I think it looked almost like the box art. Not like tooting my own horn or anything, but like I spent so much time on that. And the result I was very happy with. And that Nurgle Lord is such an underrated model. Dude, it so is. I swore it and I was like, I just have to pick that up and paint that. That was a long time ago. That was probably like 3 years ago when I kind of first got back into it. But cool looking model. NRL videos, happy race week, mate. Oh, happy race week indeed. I was at the races on Saturday. Nexus, alright, you're off to bed. See you, my friend. Thank you for sticking around for so long. Alrighty. I think I painted the rope red on my other one, so I'm going to do that too, even though it's not on the box art. But we're going to paint it red. Keen on the Bathurst 1000. Sorry, mate. I can't watch that. I cannot watch racing. Same with cricket. Oh, dude, I'd rather watch anything else. Sorry, mate. Just bores me to tears. I wish I could. It's just something about it. But I can watch golf. I can watch golf, and you know that shit's elite. I know it's the biggest race, mate, but it's just not my style. Spartan dude, we got some 9th edition assault terminators with the shields, power axes, and lightning claws. Any recommendations for what chapter to paint them? That sounds like a Blood Angels to me. Power shield and the lightning claws, blue sparkling lightning claws, red power armor. Damn. Yeah, or just homebrew. That could be a good one. Will, don't really watch racing either. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I love Tyler the Creator. How do people lick their brushes? Oh, it's easy, mate. Just do one of these. Delicious. What does licking the brushes do? Isn't the paint toxic? Paint's not toxic, the ones that we're using. It's just water-based acrylics. I wouldn't recommend you just guzzle it, but it's not going to hurt you if there's the residue. Like, I do dip it into the paint pot, like the water pot, to rinse most of it out anyway. And it just helps straighten up the bristles as well. And it's also a habit. A bad habit. For the face, we put a light color base paint first. Well, I'll do it similar to this guy. I'll show you if I can get a closer look at this. So I don't know if you can see the face on that well. This was a fairly quick face paint job, and the result I'm pretty happy with. And that was just these two skin colors. Base coat of Shadow Flesh, some highlighting with beige red, and then I think I added in like some Wraithbone to the beige red to get some even more highlights. And then the key ingredient is this bad boy here, Red Flesh from AK. I saw some people use it on a YouTube video, and I think it's come up on my TikTok as well in a recipe, and I just had to give it a shot, and it is legit. It's a good wash. Racing is better than watching a guy play with a ball. Oh, mate, you a dead man. You change your name to Dead Wrong, mate. Nah, hard disagree. Spartan dude, see you later, mate. Thank you. Haven't seen Lazarus in a minute. Are you a Dark Angels player? I'm not a Dark Angels player. I'm actually painting up a commission. But when I was younger, I did try and get into it. Look, NRL videos, I might just have to watch the start of the race for you, just for you. Don't worry. Okay, let's paint up a little bit more of the white elements. Is it Ali? How long have you been painting models for? I've been painting on and off since I was a little kid, like 9 or 10. But I stopped through high school, like as I got to high school. And I didn't paint until I was probably 2022, maybe, when I got back into it, 2021. Kind of during COVID, I got back into it. And I haven't looked back. It was great. Hobby Fiend, will we see a larger model on stream anytime soon? You will. You definitely will. I have a Demon Chitin engine to paint up as a commission piece. Corn one in World Eater's colors. And that shit is massive. It's like the size of a Titan, if not bigger, with his massive axe thing. I don't even know how I'm going to get that on film. Like, it's going to be the camera will be up here just to get it all in the shot, but we'll see. Stream my reaction. maybe. Lems, how long does it take to paint one model on average? Depends on like the quality that you're looking to paint. If you're just doing tabletop standard, like a generic Space Marine, you can probably do one, for me, an hour to an hour and a half. It does depend on how complex the scheme is, but generally, like a single color Space Marine, fairly quick. To the to my standard that I like. Everyone's different. Everyone has their preferences. Some people like to go all out. They might spend 10 hours on a single piece. or 30 minutes, doesn't really matter. Ali, this is a commission? It is, my friend, it is. So this is part of this. I'll show you for anyone that maybe missed it. This is also part of the commission that we painted up. So there's a few Dark Angels pieces that are part of this that we painted up. So I'll just quickly show you so you can get an idea of what we've been working at and the sort of standard that we're going for. It's kind of just, it's my premium tabletop standard, I'd say. It's like above just your normal tabletop standard, but not display or anything. And this is the last one of the commission piece that we'll need to get through. Also can't get into whack fuck, more of a soccer or rugby guy. Yeah, look, it's alright, I'll forgive you, mate. Rugby, if it's rugby league, sure. Rugby union, nah. Yes, it is a red wash. Liam, I'll show you again. And for anyone else that is curious, get your hands on this. This is a really cool paint. Reddish flesh, AK 3rd gen. Really good for skin tones. Both dark and light skin tones. Like if you're painting someone with a darker skin tone, it's also a really good sort of recess wash too. Gives a lot of life to the model. Ali, thank you. Jonathan, what color did you highlight the dark green with? I'll show you. These are the 3 paints. It did use an airbrush for the volumetric highlights on the armor, but here's from left to right, you can see the paints. I think it's dark green, angel green, and scorpy green, is it? Yeah, they're the 3 paints that I used. Okay. Let's continue with the white bit, yeah? Nicola, did you paint someone super famous like Dante or Zarek? I've painted Dante, I've painted the Sanguinor. You can check those out if you're curious to see the results. I think I posted both of those on my Instagram. And I have them on my website as well in my little gallery section. Cool, happy with that. Let's move on to the middle of the chest. Dead Man. Ooh, that's my kind of model. Been hunting for one here in the States. Which one? You talking about the chitin engine? If so, hell yeah. It's sitting there ready to go. But I've got to get through this commission first before I can tackle that. Actually, I have 3 commissions going at the moment. So this Dark Angels one, which is wrapping up. I've got this one here, which is Black Legion. I was just playing around with some test models. That's kind of what we're going to be going for with some of their possessed that they've got. And here I was playing around with Dirty Down Gore. That's how you get that stringy gore effect, which was quite cool, I thought. And also, I don't know if you can see, but he's slobbering from the mouth, which is also the snot effect. Dirty Down Snot. Very cool little product. I think you can be very creative with that type of stuff. Alright, what were we doing? The chest, that's right. Union's too fancy. It is. I don't understand it. Simpler the better. And Dead Man, you'll be waiting patiently on the Demon Engine. No worries, mate. It will come in good time. This is mainly just chain, so I don't really have much of detail to paint here. Okay. The Darkened Skies. Got a question. Recently returned to Warhammer, but the paints I used to use have all changed. Old hex-shaped bottles, black tops, screw tops. Any advice in using Vallejo paints as an alternative? Oh mate, that's some old school paint. They are like I know the ones you're talking about. They were the first ones I used to have. If you're looking at newer paints, I like the Vallejo range. AK 3rd Gen. This brand here is fantastic, and it's better than I find these Citadel pots, and everyone complains about them, and they're shit. Like, see how this doesn't even close properly, and then it just gunks up. It just starts to dry out the paints even when they're closed. Whereas these obviously seal nice, and you just squirt out as much as you need. Vallejo, AK 3rd Gen, scale 75. I don't think you can go wrong with any of those paints. Pro Acryl as well, but yeah, any of those would be good. Stephen, getting back into the hobby, what brush would you recommend? Oh mate, you can't go past this one here. It is expensive compared to others. Raphael Kalinsky Sable is the one that I use. I love it. Leviathan, hey mate. Hello my friend, how are you? Okay, now that that's done, I still got a bit of metallic paint on my palette, so let's pick out the chain on the chest while it's there. Doing good, just about to play some MC with a friend. How good, mate. Enjoy. Appreciate you stopping by. This will look a bit better once a wash goes on it too. It'll pick out some of those details. And I think this little skull bit we're going to paint gold like the rest of it, and I've just noticed I've missed a bit of the white, so let's just quickly get that. Just down here, the edge of the blade should come down like that. Great. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, and for gold, you guys already know what gold I'm using. This one here, Necro Gold, scale 75, bloody brilliant paint. Ashley Robertson, thank you for the heart. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you for the gumdrop buttons. You're a legend. Darkened Skies, I tried using the new Skull White from Citadel and was like, what did they do? Yeah, mate, not great. This one here, Off-White, is my go-to white, because obviously being Off-White, you can still highlight it up a little bit more with pure white if you want to. That's kind of what we used with the cloak. Like I used some darker greys and I mixed in some Off-White and just kind of built it up there. Hobby, do I know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? What, the Muffin Man? Of course I know the Muffin Man. She's married to the Muffin Man. the amount of times I watch Shrek, I have a younger sister, quite young compared to me. Like, there's about 10 years in between us. And I used to babysit her. And all she would want to watch is Shrek. So I think I watched Shrek about 200 times, no joke. When I was, babysitting. So like, I feel like I used to know the entire script of that movie off by heart. Yep, used to watch Shrek. Used to watch Barbie, Fairy Princess. What else do we used to watch? Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell's actually goated. Some of those movies are actually sick. The ones where they're like elemental. It's like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but like Tinkerbell version. Stephen, thanks for the great paint scheme for Dark Angel. Appreciate it. Yes, the one from Drury Lane. That's right. Baby sister is valid. She's not so baby anymore. She bloody turned 18 last month. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. That is a nice boulder. Indeed it is. I'm making waffles. Where are we at? Lost my train of thought. Alright, we're doing a bit of gold, that's what we're doing. Did you know the nursery rhyme, The Muffin Man, is based off a real serial killer? I didn't know that, but I know that all the nursery rhymes and shit like that are all like pretty dark. Like, what is it? Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy, like that. That's all just like talking about the Black Death. Like, you know. Pretty dark back in the day. Resi, have you considered using a nail polish as a paint? I could see using a flash reactive polish for the inside of a starry cloak. I haven't. I have not. Maybe one day. You never know. I think there's a fair bit of crossover. Nail painting and hobby painting. Miniature painting. Alright, so we can paint a little bit of silver there that I've missed. Ali, are you streaming on Twitch or YouTube? I'm on YouTube as well at the moment, doing both. Bit on TikTok. YouTube is kind of where I get more people tuning in. But TikTok's my main platform. It's where I started. So I still go on here every now and again. But they're a little bit funny when I'm on both platforms. Like I got a message the other day saying I can't talk about the other platforms because it hurts my engagement. Interesting. Leviathan, you're off. Almost, no worries, mate. Thank you for sticking around for so long. Appreciate it. Oh, sorry guys, there's a bit of a backlog here. Yeah, no, don't be sorry, Ali, it's all good. Yeah, I'm trying to talk to both. I don't know how to show both, so I just narrate them instead. I can't wait to see the hair and face color of the scheme. Yeah, we'll get to it, no worries. Maybe next time, but might even be back online later tonight, but if you guys are in the Northern Hemisphere, that might be a bit too late for you. Liam, how full is your commission backlog right now? It is bloody full, my dude. I've probably got commissions backed up until next year. Yeah, a lot to do. So I'm going to paint this little feather as well while I'm looking at it. It's annoying me. The one that's on his tabard. Let's whack on a base coat. Eli, thank you. Nicola, what do you think about Alpha Legion models? Some have cool scaled armor. Very cool. I do like the look of Alpha Legion. I remember seeing in a codex, a Chaos codex I had years ago, it was like that shiny blue silver color. It's like, I thought that looked sick. Like shiny blue silver and then like pure silver trim. Looked very cool. You definitely do, Stephen. Get into it. Darkened Skies local commissions, I guess. Couldn't persuade you to perhaps paint some nids from the UK. Oh, mate, local sometimes, but I paint all over Australia. I think I've shipped my stuff to every single state in Australia since I started commission painting a number of years ago. If you would like to, more than happy to, but I know postage and shit is a bitch, but who knows, maybe one day. So add in a little bit of grey, lighter grey to the dark grey, and we can build up some of this feather that we have. Like so. Alexios, hello my friend. Rezi, I like hearing comments from both platforms. Yeah, I think it's fun. It'd be more fun if you could see what the other people are saying too, because sometimes I miss comments. But it is what it is. The biggest boy, do you play the tabletop or just paint the figures? Looks dope. Thanks, mate. Mainly just paint. I haven't played the game since I was a teenager. I get more enjoyment just painting. So that's what I stick to. Incredible props. Thank you, Darkened Skies. I appreciate it. It's a bit hard sometimes. Like I work full time as well, so I take a lot longer. Like I know people can commission paint in way quicker timeframes than I can. So the people that I do it for, I obviously tell them, like I work full time, and this is just a side thing that I do. So they understand. But yeah, and doing this, I like going live, painting models at the same time. It's fun as. So if I can do that and turn a hobby into a bit of a side hustle-y type thing, like it just works well, you know? Enough to just reinvest into what I'm doing. RGB dishes was the tabletop fun. Not sure what you're asking. Tabletop in the gaming sense, not too sure because I don't really play. When I used to play, I would just think, I want to paint these guys instead, you know? But they have so many more different game modes these days that you can just like play in an hour or two, I think. Whereas like back in the day, it was like at least 3 or 4 hours of gaming. Good night, Stephen. Thank you for sticking around. Get to bed, mate. Enjoy your sleep. Brain skulls. Wow, that looks great. Thank you. Thank you, my dude. Okay, so what are we going to do now? I think you guys here might, let's just do the face. Like I normally leave it to last, but I want to show you guys how I do my faces. So we'll do that, and I think once we do the face, we'll call it quits. So let's have a look now. It's 2. I want to see how quickly I can paint a face to a standard that I'm happy with. So I showed it earlier, but we're going to use Shadow Flash Pro Acryl for the base coat of the face. And I'm going to work very thin here because faces I find clog up the details really quickly. So you really want to work thin if possible. Darkened skies, you're going to pop off. It's 4:17 a.m. here. Oh, mate. You are committed. Thank you for sticking around for so long. Appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Brain Skulls, if you just joined the stream, did I airbrush the green? I sure did, my friend. This was airbrushed a while back. I can't really airbrush on stream because it's quite noisy, and I wear like a face mask, so I can't really talk. I reckon it would just be boring watching that, so I don't do it on stream. I kind of do it off stream, and just leave all the brush components till later, and then I can turn the camera on. But yeah, it was a mix of 3 different paint colors, 3 different greens. Did the sort of highlights with the airbrush. Wyatt, have you ever done a White Scars mini? I have painted a White Scars, and I wasn't that happy with it. I'll show you. I painted it and did a TikTok video with it, like one of my short videos that I normally do. It turned out too grey. I'll show you, and I think you'll agree. It's more of like a grey scar. This was him there. I'm happy with the base color. I think like a Mars kind of base looks sick against like white. But this guy, I think he's just too grey. It's not really a white scar. But I tried. Hindsight is 20/20. The white I was more happy with is this. This was more of the white. I think that's kind of where I should have aimed to get, because I think that reads more as white the more I look at it. And then we're even doing like this dirty ass white. Like you can pretend this used to be white and it's all grimed up now. It's just a different style. But I think even that reads a bit more like aged white than my grey scar does. Thanks guys, appreciate it. But yeah, just small increments. Like, yeah, I don't hate it. I just wish I'd gone a bit lighter. Nicola, that's great. Thanks. Man guy, I've started leaving my head separate and airbrushing them. Only downside is going back and widening out the eyes. It's so smooth though. Yeah, look, if I was painting my own, I would definitely keep the head separate, because I agree. I think painting them not connected to the rest of the model is so much easier. And I agree with you with the airbrushing. I'd probably do that to lay down a few highlights, or even just like a zenithal highlight. But as is, I think you can still get a decent effect with just your paintbrush. So that's 2 coats now, and I think that's probably good enough coverage to start looking at some of the highlights. But again, we're going to be still working very thin. Ellie, you're insanely talented, mate. Thank you, I appreciate it. The kind comment. Alfarius, welcome. Appreciate it. And Scott, hey there, bud. Been a bit. How you been? I have been very well, thank you, my friend. I hope you have too. So, as I'm talking, I was doing this. We're going to use beige red Pro Acryl. So it's a slightly tone. Can't talk. It's a slightly lighter tone than the Shadow Flesh that we had, and now we can sort of sketch in some of the highlights. Again though, nice and thin. Oh, what is this? We got some heretics in the chat here. Amy Green, hope you are having fun. I sure am, thank you. We're having some great fun here. Painting some Warhammer on a public holiday. What more could one ask for? So it might look a little bit stark while we're doing this, and that used to be a problem for me. Like I couldn't see past it. It's kind of trusting the process, you know? I'd think it looked way too stark, and then I wouldn't be able to paint in the shadows because I'd always paint over it, just thinking it looks like shit. But trusting the process is something that I've learned to try and do. And it's a saying for a reason, because it literally works. You just got to trust the process. Sometimes it looks like shit, and it all comes together towards the end. And even if it's not perfect, as long as you can learn something from it. Here we go. So I'm going to cover most of this in this color. I'm just going to leave the dark colors in the real darkest recesses, because we're actually going to work it up quite light and then go in with a wash of that reddish green flesh tone color. Sander, hail grandfather Nurgle. We've got another heretic over on TikTok. Thank you guys. Appreciate all the kind comments. And then just over here on his right side. Sorry, going off screen there. My bad. Okay. It's looking all right. I'm happy with that. We'll get there. Thomas. Is it Thomas? you need some smaller detail brushes. That brush is huge for what you're trying to do. Now, I disagree, my friend. I've tried the smaller brushes and the paint dries too quickly. And I think what you find is the tip is what's most important, and that tip is small enough that I can actually paint eyes with it, which I've done before. But the belly is thick enough that my paint doesn't dry straight away. I used to think smaller paintbrushes, smaller details, but I wouldn't go any smaller than a size 0 these days. Very impressive, Mr. Pink, with the camera. Thank you. Scott, wish you had a holiday, but I need to work in the morning. Yeah, I'm sorry to rub it in. Do I use ink paint, Thomas? No, we're using acrylic. Just acrylic paints at the moment, but sometimes I use it. Sander, banter aside, some mean painting. Thank you. I appreciate it. So what we're going to do is add in a little bit of Wraithbone to that skin tone. And that's going to allow us to pick out some more highlights in a slightly lighter tone, which is what we want. And you hear it a lot if you listen to other painters, but they say don't use white to lighten it up because it desaturates the color. And I agree. Adding in just like an off-white creamy tone or like an ice yellow, it does help if you're trying to build up. Sander, am I Kiwi? No, I am Kiwi's cousin. I'm Australian. Arguably the better of the two.